Hi, welcome to this post-grade guidance webinar, and I'm Santosh. Uh, I will take you through this information particularly for admission process in the IITs and NITs and some of the reputed colleges in India. Okay, so you could ask me questions at the end of the session. I want to keep it a brief, a very simple uh, here. Talk about the institutes available for you to admission and their processes, the kind of courses they run, and for what score you could possibly get admit in these colleges. So I must begin with congratulating all the people those who have scored, qualified the gate with flying colors first of all, and I wish you good luck to get admissions in your desired institutes, first of all. I mean, I know everybody desired to get into IITs. Hope you have got good score to get into IITs, and then I could help you here if you have any questions at the end of the session. Well, I must begin with the following. There are institutes which all of us know, but at the same time, there is some information which probably have to be gathered from various sources. So the first thing what I must tell you is that the number of institutes what we have, and the categories which I will talk about. So I'm not going to give the actual number here, but what I'm going to give you is the category of the institutions. So one category is clearly the IITs, and that too I'm talking about the A category, which means the old IITs, not the new ones which have been recently started. Then we have some good, which are good being the second class IITs, which are B grade IITs. Then we have some NITs, and then we have some private or public-private colleges, which are also good and provide you better options as far as the postgraduate courses are concerned. Alright, so if I look at IITs, we have, let me tell you, it's IIT B, IIT D, IIT M, then you have the IIT K Kanpur, IIT KGP, IIT Roorkee, and IIT Guwahati. Okay. Then we have some institutions which are like IIT Hyderabad, IIT Rajasthan, IIT Patna, IIT Gandhinagar, and all other IITs which probably I might have forgotten. So bear that in mind that you have some more list of IITs. And there are top-notch NITs, say Trichy, NIT Warangal, then NIT Surathkal, Surat, Nagpur, and etc. These are some of the best places to go. Public and private, if I have to look at it, let me talk about the public first. We have the few public which are like in places like Mumbai, you have, let me tell you, VJTI, Pune, COEP College Pune. If I go to Delhi, you have the Delhi College of Engineering. These are some of the public places. If I come to Chennai, it's Anna University. If I go to Calcutta, then I have place like Jadavpur University. Then if I go to Punjab, that's Chandigarh, we have the Thapar University, which is also good. And if I look at the private places, which are kind of act as a semi-government, we have places like VIT in Vellore, which is very close to Chennai or from Bangalore. Then we have places like, if I have to mention, well, I also forgot one more point, but I'll come at the end of that. So we have the VIT Vellore, then there is Shiv Nadar University in Gurgaon. Then you have the Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information Technology, that's Ahmedabad. It's a fantastic place, I must tell you. This is a very, very good place to go. Has a fantastic infrastructure, once again I must tell you. All these places in particular. Then there are a few more like BITS, Pilani, Goa has their own reputations, no doubt about that. And there are few which I must talk about, the public ones which are all triple ITs. In particular, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad. These are the best places. Actually, you can go ahead and take up your studies. And what do I mean by best places is basically, I must tell you that there are three criteria one must actually adopt when choosing the institution. One is how strategically the place is located, what placement does college offers, and how different courses the colleges offer. Courses in the sense that MTech in what areas. There could be special areas like algorithms, special areas like security, there are special areas like networks, special areas like databases and stuff. So we'll talk about this. And the most recent one is the machine learning and the data analytics field. These are like very specialized courses these kind of institution offer. So you must choose the institution based on these things. One is that the placement offer different courses. Then this how strategically these places are located. And location does matter indeed for one reason, that the companies tend to go to good places which are accessible from places like Bangalore, for example. VIT, which is very close by, but I might not actually go ahead and go to something like Goa place, which is sort of a remote for me, unless I find a need to do that. Okay, so these are the places where you can aim to get your admissions. And now I'll brief about the kind of courses these institutions actually run. So just bear in mind that these are the institutions you have, and each one of them have a different criteria to go through to get you the admission. Okay, so let me just talk about the kind of courses these institutions run. So all these places you get following courses. One is the MTech, CSE. There are specialized courses in CSE here, so one can look at the algorithms itself, the networks itself, some specialized courses, somewhere some security or some system science, which means theoretical computer science. So various aspects of it, but they're all combined together. There will not be a separate one as such, but you have a number of students which, if depending on the department, which can accommodate the different kind of faculties, these are the things which will be accommodated, and the various number of the internal branches will essentially help the number of students, those who can be accommodated or given the admissions in these institutions. So the wider the range of the faculties, the better the number of students those can be admitted. So MTech CSE, which again depends on this. Then you have a specialized course called, some places it's called as MS by Research. Some places it's called as MTech 3 years, like IIT Bombay in particular. MS by Research is in particular IIT Madras is a very popular. IISc is a very, very highly regarded place. Then you can go to IIT Delhi, where you have the MS by Research as a very popular course again. Okay, so these are some places. Then you have the other one, which is PhD, which is a direct admission in all of these places. If not all of these, but certainly for all IITs, then triple ITs, and some of the NITs do offer direct PhD admissions where your cutoffs are basically smaller number compared to what the direct MTech admissions are concerned. Okay, so remember, MS by Research of MTech in 3 years essentially offers variable number of admissions. This is not fixed, because this is the kind of course which actually offers you to continue your work in terms of a research, not in terms of the coursework as such. So MTech is predominantly based on the number of courses you take, but the MS or 3 years MTech is much more to do with the research, not with the number of courses. But of course, you learn many things, but not as much as the MTech students learn. But the significant component is your research, which is what actually matters, and does have the very high demand in terms of the research in per se. Okay. So PhD direct, that is something which essentially is highly sought these days. A lot of people look at PhD as the direct way of getting it. One advantage is that you don't run for something like 8 years or 3 years or 2 years of MTech, 5 years of this, but you could actually finish your PhD in the MS and MTech or MTech plus PhD in 5 plus minus, you can say 5 at least, plus I must say, not minus, 1 year, depending on the way you actually work harder, or that is something which is your choice. It depends on individual to individual, not in there's one standard formula for this. But you minimum spend at least 5 years doing your PhD direct. Okay. So these are the courses what all of these universities offer. Now let me talk about in general, the cutoffs these places have. And I know you have the questions basically based on the number of marks you have got, the score you have received. So based on that, you could apply to these places. And then we can look at the questions. See, all IITs, I'm not, again, A category. All IITs, B category. Then triple ITs, NITs, and private colleges. Private or public better institutions, what I have mentioned. So, I'll talk about, first is here is say, we have in particular general category, OBC category, SC category, and ST category. Okay? So this is something what we must look at it, because we have this. If all of the general students, if you are around 800 plus, which means in all top-notch institutions, you can aim to get into all IITs, particularly CS MTechs. So I'm talking about the CS MTech admissions. I'm not talking about the PhD admissions or the MS admissions here. If you are looking at this closes around 700 plus. There are triple ITs, again 700 plus. This is rough estimate. This may vary every year. This is not something which one can decide. It is based on the number of students, those who apply at these places. These numbers may be varying. Okay, so bear that in mind. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you are around these numbers, don't hesitate to apply to these places. That you must remember. Okay, NITs around, you get 650s. So there are many NITs which are there, 650. Then you can choose this as around 600 plus. This just simply goes down as in the following manner. This is for general categories. If you are OBC, this comes around 700 to 750. It varies. Then this is again 600 around in both these places. This is around, again, you can come around 500 to 550. And private public places, again 500 to 550. Again, there's a demographic reason why I wouldn't want to go to IIT, public place which is farther from me, unless it gives me some incentive. So something like Dhirubhai Ambani College of Engineering, if I'm coming from Chennai, I could directly go to, I wish I could actually stay in Anna University rather than going to Ahmedabad. So that's a demographic reason why I'm choosing these numbers to be very, very something similar. SC, ST, you could aim something like, if you are around 600 plus in best IITs, then this could come around, this is around 600 plus for top IITs. This is around, if you look at this could be 550, and this could be 400, this could be 350 to 400. And ST, if you are around 450 to 500, you are assured to get an admission if you have the score around that. Then you have these ones which are 400 to 500 range. I'm just keeping it that number. And this is around 350 you will possibly get these. And some private places you could even 250 to 350 range, you would have the chance at getting admissions in all of these places. So I hope I have just given you the brief about what exactly you require to have in terms of the numbers per se, not if not in terms of the exact number, because that's something which is variable. So last year's benchmarks are in this range. So keeping these numbers in the mind, you could possibly think about applying to these places. So with that, I must stop and take the questions rather than me speaking about some information which is already available in the public domain. And we will keep all this information available on our website as well, where you could download this and possibly look at the options available, which places you can apply. And if you think anything which is missing on this particular information, you could write to us. There will be an email address, and we will be happy to answer your queries then. So, but now I must stop here and start looking at your questions rather than just me speaking for a longer time. So, alright, so there are, of course, there's one more category which I must add here, which is irrespective of anything, which is the physically disabled candidates. Of course, that is also one of the candidates. See, physically disabled candidates, all these places, if that might actually range around, if you're looking at this places is 700 to 800 score. This is again 500 to 600, 650. You can look at. This is again 400 to 500, and this is again around 350 to 400. If your scores are around this, then you could think about it. So I have for kind of questions which I should start answering. The first question which I have is this physically disabled candidate who's got a score of around 272 and marks are 18.57, and is there a chance me to get into any NIITs or NITs? I'm hoping that this is pertaining to NITs, not with NIIT. NIIT is a different thing than NIT. So I think a 272 score, you could try some of the NITs. To be very specific, you could try something like place like Jaipur, Jamshedpur, Rourkela. These are the places which could be possibly for you. You can just take chances here in NITs. Okay. So second question is about the PSUs. Oh well, that's the option which is in terms of, I have just discussed this as in terms of the admissions, not in terms of the PSU jobs. But that's something which is the second option what everybody can exercise. So if you have noted down this, I could actually talk about that as well, and then we can in general address the question in terms of the PSUs as well. And okay, there are three types of PSUs. One is the Maha Navratna, and there is one more. That's the third category. Okay, so if you are aiming at Maharatna, for example, ONGC, NTPC, and this is like BEL, BHA kind of thing. Okay, and the rest, whatever. I can't tell you about the exact scores, but I know the number of marks. If you have, then you could you have a better chance to get into. If you are around 55 plus, this is number of marks I'm talking about. The number of marks you have got in your exam. Okay, not the score, which is opposed to the previous one which I discussed. So if you are around 55 plus, you have a very, very good chance in Maharatnas. I am 100% sure that one of these Maharatnas would definitely, you should try. If you are interested in getting into any one of these places, far better options if you are around 55. and this is around 50 to 55. You stand a chance to actually get a call and then make it through this. And others ranging from 40 to again 55, I must tell you. There's no limitation, but the cutoff is 40. If you are around 40, then expect you have a good chance in terms of the getting a call for admission, for getting a call for the interview process. This is about the general students. Okay, and there are OBCs and there are SC/STs. Again, these numbers don't really vary much, if I have to say. So around for OBC, this number comes down around 48. Not significant difference though. This comes numbers around 44, and this number comes around again 37 to 39. It depends. If you are an SC student, then you can expect this to come around down around 40 to 45. This is to just get a call for yourself. Then this is again 40, and this is around 35. In fact, you can choose 32 to 35. ST, those who are around 35 also may get a chance. 30 and even around, I must say, around 20 to 25, you still have a better chances to get a call for the recruitment process, not for the job. Okay, that you must note. So the question which was asked to me is that rank is 850. So I request this particular student to basically convert your rank into marks by the formula given by the GATE authorities, and see if your number of marks, or your scorecard would have actually the number of marks you have got. So based on that, you can actually make a decision where you can apply. Okay, and based on your category again, you can make a choice and then see how and where you stand. Okay. I have a next question which is coming from the score of 686, which is which IIT should I apply to get through in a written test and interviews. So old IITs, if you are a general category students, I suspect that you have any chances in old IIT, which means the category A IITs. But certainly you should try IIT Hyderabad. 686 is a very good score, and IIT Hyderabad has been doing fantastic as far as the new institution setup. Okay, so 686 is a highly good score as far as the IIT Hyderabad, IIT Gandhinagar, then IIT BHU, and you can also try IIT Mandi, which is a very good place. Then you have another question which says that the score of 496. I also request to the all candidates, those who just putting score, if you could also help yourself with the category you belong to, then questions related to the PSU jobs could be addressed in a much better manner, rather than just looking at only score. Because I cannot make certain assumptions based on your only score. Therefore, I have just put up the numbers with respect to categories you belong to. So certainly, I request a candidate who has put up the question like 496 score and which PSC he has the chance to get a call. So I ask this candidate to look at his. If you are an open category student, then you should think about something like the third range PSUs. I've written Maha, Navratna, and the third ones are the other grade PSUs. So, okay. So if somebody wants more information about the PSUs, see, look, the PSUs are what they do is they basically take the GATE score as the fundamental score line on which they can call the students for an interview process. And this interview process is purely oral examination. You don't have any written examination in any of these places. You will have a proper interview, which will be probably more than 1.5 hour or 2 hours sometimes, or maybe one interview or maybe two interviews. That depends on the again the PSUs which you are actually applying to. Places like ONGC, NTPC, or HPCL, BPCL, IOCL, and all these places, you would expect to have certainly one solid 1.5 hours interview, technical interview, followed by generally any HR interviews which are there. That will be tested your personality as such. So that is the process by which you can apply. As far as the salaries are concerned, the Maharatnas will give you minimum I'm talking about is a 10 lakhs per annum salary. But apart from this, you also have the perks involved. Perks may be something like you get a housing, which means that you get a housing free of cost, which means the HRA, which is housing rent allowance, is not to be paid. What you get 10 lakhs is something what you actually get in your pocket. I mean, you have the provident fund, then you have the other components like income tax, then other components like your HRA, etc., etc. And then your take home would be different, but that's the actual number you could think about it. And on that, on top of that, you get the perks like this. And then you have the other benefits like medical and etc., etc. All these people offer. And places like ONGC could offer you salaries like 13-14 lakhs. NTPC also offers a salary around around 13 lakhs. IOCL offers a salary of around 10.5 lakhs, which is the last year's number. This year could be again different. BL again offers close to 6-7 lakhs rupees salary. Again, but they have a different perk structure. So you can just simply believe these are the best places where you can work for. If you don't want to go for higher education, if you use this opportunity to score what you have, you could certainly use this as the option to get into any public sector places and contribute there. So salary related information is available on the GATE Academy's website. You can look at the various PSUs, those who were admitting or calling candidates, those who are qualified GATE, their cutoffs and their salary structure has been put up on the web. You can look at that as a standard reference point and think about using that as a reference point. Okay. So with that, I hope I can I have just briefed you about the public sector. Next one is I have a question which is rank of 1097 and the GATE score of 656 marks of 50.26. Which colleges should be best for me? Okay, so the question congratulations to you. You have a very good marks. Certainly for MTech in CS, you should apply to places like IITs. IIT Bangalore is a very good place. IIT Hyderabad is again fantastic place. IIT Hyderabad, IIT Delhi, IIT Hyderabad, you can certainly apply and there's a good chance. I'm insisting you to go to IITs because of the fact that they have a better placements than these newer IITs. So IITs, Hyderabad, Delhi and Bangalore in general has a far better placement records than the newer IITs. Okay, so you should apply to IITs. You stand a very good chance there to get it. Again, I'm assuming that you come from an open category. Next question is that somebody has a 546 score, marks are 41.17, rank is 2857. Can I get into decent NIT? Of course, you can get into decent NIT. All NITs are decent. By the way, there are no NITs which are not decent. If your question is with respect to the placements, I must tell you that placement is far better in NIT Trichy, Warangal, and Surathkal, Calicut. These are places where the placement scenario is better. Of course, there are some in the north which has also a better placement scenario. Given the proximity of Bangalore being closer to these NITs, so there is a good placement scenario in these places. So you certainly has a chance to get into NITs. I hope I have answered your question. So I have another question which says that a 580 in score, and so the one who has got a 580 score should look at NITs, And the public universities like Shiv Nara University. There's one more in Hyderabad which is coming up by Mahindra, which I forgot to mention. It has a collaboration with the Paris University, which is a very decent university which is being set up by the Mahindra Educational Trust. Has a fantastic set of people, those who are coming and joining as a faculty there. The only question remains is that how better the situation for as far as the placement is going to be concerned. So, but if you are getting a quality education, I don't think you would have a problem in going to such places. So, question which if you have around 580, you can apply private colleges or public private colleges. All these places are decent, or you can say semi-decent if you don't want to be really grading them very high. So, okay, so can you please elaborate on the MS by Research in IIT Madras? Okay. So MS by Research is the following. So MS by Research has the following process. You have to come for the test in the IIT Madras. Followed by the test, you will have the interview. And once the interviews are done, your admission will be confirmed in next 15 days. Okay. So program is, see, MS students in computer science department have never been treated differently or indifferently rather as compared to what the MTech students are. So you must remember the fact that the MS is highly sought program in IIT Madras for a very simple reason. Because they do a fantastic piece of research work, because there are very good faculty, those who have been there in IIT Madras, because I come from IIT Madras and I know most of the faculties there, and all of them have been doing fantastic work, especially in the data analytics and machine learning. There is a huge group which is being coming up now, and that is the hot cake in the market right now. If you graduate in next 2 years, and data analytics field is certainly going to be there for the next 5 years. So you will be icing on the cake for sure. So what you need to do is that MS by Research will have the two components. One is the coursework which you conduct, which means you will have to do 5 number of subjects in 1 year's time. And then you would conduct your research, which has to finally result as a publication. And publication meaning that in a good place, not like somewhere in general national level conference or national level journal. Generally all these IITs aim at top-notch places like IEEE or ACM. So you will have to come up with nice ideas. Ideas are generally given by the faculties because you don't know how to conduct research. So most of the cases you get problems defined for you to conduct research, and you get a guidance from them to continue your research. So I hope that is sufficient for just in right now. So if you have any particular questions, you can look up the web. There will be a sample question paper available through which you could prepare yourself for MS test. Interview is in general, it depends on the area of interest, which area you are interested in. Okay, so follow that on the web. So the next question I have is that okay, so score is, somebody has said that I would like to know whether I am eligible to enter a private college in Coimbatore for my score. I am sorry, I don't have a score what you have, but Coimbatore, there is a place called PhD if you are in particular about Coimbatore, and there is Amritanand, some college where there's a saint lady who runs a college close to Coimbatore. These are good places. Depending on your score, you can try looking at these places, and certainly PhD ranks very good in Tamil Nadu. My personal opinion about the PhD Tech is it has a far better infrastructure than the College of Engineering in Anna University, and even MIT for that matter. So certainly you can apply if you have a semi-decent score or applying there. So gate score is 481. Which PSUs can I apply? I must insist again that I have given a table for reference. Depending on your category, you can certainly convert your score into number of marks you have got, and you can certainly look at your possibility of getting into one of these places. Next question is that rank is 12,313, gate score is 360. 3, physically disabled candidate. If you are, if you belong to any other category other than physically disabled, then something like private universities you can apply, but certainly not in any of the lists which I have in the starting from IITs or until the IITs. Next question is that score is 481. Which PSU can I apply? Again, the question for all those people, those who are asking me, I can't make certainly some assumptions because the PSUs have the quota for general category, BC category, SC category, and ST category. So I must know that your category status, then only in particular we can address. But what I have given on the board is a clear-cut number of marks required to at least get called in for the interviews. So based on that, you can make assumption that if you have certainly number of marks in that range, do not hesitate and apply. You never know, there is a good chance because the number of students getting called for, suppose there are 10 number of positions available for any particular category, there will be at least 50 students being called for a 10 interviews. Because out of 50, there will be at least 1:5 ratio. This is how the recruitment goes on. The recruitment is never for only 10 vacant positions and I will call only 10. That doesn't happen. Let me be very specific about the recruitment. Okay. So do not hesitate. These are the number of marks. So these may come down even because the number of IITs have increased, the good colleges have increased, the placement scenario has changed. So there is a good chance these numbers might even get decreased. So do not hesitate to apply if you are in somewhere in the ranges of these numbers. That is in general advice for all of you. It is not with respect to any particular question. Okay, so make sure that you have these numbers clearly noted. I have another question which says that the rank is 902 and in general category gate score is 675. Which colleges should be best for me? And fantastic. So you have 902 rank, which is a very good rank. You can certainly apply to triple ITs. Okay. And IT BHU, okay, BITS Pilani, that's a good college, okay, and Dhirubhai College of Engineering Ahmedabad, DAIS. If you assuming that you come from somewhere in the range, if you are from eastern part of the country, you can look at Jadavpur University. Now recently, ISM Dhanbad has been converted into IIT, so you can also apply to that place. But given that you have a 902 and scores of 675, I am sure that you have a very good chance of getting into Triple IT and IIT Hyderabad, IIT Mandi, IIT Rajasthan and Gandhinagar. Sure chance, sure, in that range. Okay, so another student has a gate score of 709 AR 610. How good a chance to IISc, MS in IISc? 610 AR, you have a chance of getting called in for the interview, but not for the admission because there is an interview and then your admission will be decided. That is for sure. MS, you will again get called in IIT Madras for sure. 3-year IIT B MTech is certainly out of question here because IIT B's score is really high if you are general category student. I have mentioned that 800 plus for general category MTech student, but 775 is something what you need to go for 3-year course in IIT Bombay. If somebody gets into IIT Bombay, doesn't really want to leave IIT Bombay. So that is always there. But the question with respect to your IISc and MS in IIT Madras, you surely have a chance to get called in for the test. Do apply. It's the best place to do your research. Okay, and CS, and I must tell you that all of you, if you get into any of the IITs, IIT, triple ITs, don't worry about the placement because placements, all CS Janta will get placed in just 2 days. Worst case, it's 3rd day. That's the worst case scenario you can expect. So, if you're sure that you have the first A category IITs, triple ITs, NITs, BITS Pilani, Dhirubhai Ambani College of Engineering, Jadavpur University, Anna University, COEP, Pune, VJTI, all these places, 3 days, if the worst case, you would have the chance of getting through. So don't worry, don't hesitate, just go ahead and apply to these places. Okay. General category 386 score, can I get into private? Uh, I feel sorry for you, but it's really hard for 386 score into private college. Uh, because the kind of colleges, if I have to talk about, yes, certainly there are other colleges where you could get admissions, but you may not be able to get the HTRA, which is now the scholarship, which is significantly increased, like 14,500 rupees around you will get, uh, which all the private colleges may not be able to actually offer you that kind of things. So, not in the colleges which I at least mentioned, you do not have chance. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to be very, very honest with you. Okay. So, next is that gate score is 865. Can I expect from IIT Bombay in the first list itself? 865. Congratulations, you have a definite chance of getting into first list. But the direct admissions depends. What's the how many number of guys are ahead of you? Because IIT Bombay has the intake admissions closely 10 students in general category for direct admissions. Certainly you have a chance. The probability I can say is 60-40 or 65-35, 0.65 and 0.35. Okay, so if I go with that, certainly you have a definite chance of IIT Bombay. But do apply to IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, IIT Delhi for direct admissions as well. Yes, there's a good chance you stand in any one of these places, either. Okay. Next one is marks are 26.09 and the score is 363. Score 363, and regarding the colleges, what can I select in NITs and triple ITs? Certainly you can think about some NITs, but if you are open category students, please don't think. That's it. The next one is that general category student with 370 score. How can I use this score as a best? Does any company, MNC, private, semi-government accept this score? Or internships or job? Okay, it's a very good question which is being asked here. Okay, so 370 general category student. See, look, first of all, you have honed your technical skills. Okay, qualifying gate, it means that you have some technical ability, and the technical ability is measured on the score what you receive. So 370 is a decent score, at least in terms of the basic requisite technical skill by any industry standards. I come from an industry, not only just that I'm coming here and giving. So I know the industry what it looks at. Your fundamental levels should be clear, and that 370 does signify that you know you have the basic aptitude, technical aptitude, and you can use the score for getting internships at least for sure if you have a particular question about the internship. Some of these companies do tell you that, okay, if you are qualified, technical ability or technical interview, when you will get tested, you will certainly have an edge over the people, those who come as a normal process of, just fresh out of the college and then not done enough training or technical training, then might struggle. But as far as the internships are concerned and the jobs are concerned, this score is useful. But if you couple, I must add one point, if you couple your programming skills, because all CS students do need to have the programming skills, any programming language for that matter is essentially required to couple with your score, then you have a very good chance of getting a good internship or a job. This is how you can utilize this. Score is fine. This is telling me that you have a technical ability, but not only technical ability, if you couple with your programming skills, it is a right mixture what the industry requires. So that should be best way to deal with. Okay. Next question is that can you give the list of best specialization according to respective old IITs? Okay. So well, the best specialization is always MTechs in CSE, and CSE doesn't run courses like traditionally what the EC or E department actually runs. So CSE MTech, which is in general, but they have following. So you might actually do your major in one of these, not in particular this. Networks, algorithms, these days machine learning or analytics, databases, security, and last one is the digital or computer architecture. So this might even involve some OS, not to be very specific. You can think about, these are very specializations. But CS in MTech will not be offered like CS in MTech in computer networks. That doesn't happen. Or CS in algorithms, MTech in algorithms will not be offered. So, see, it just goes with the following. The more wider areas of the faculty have, the institution you're talking about, then the more number of students can be accommodated in that place. So there we have a particular students for each one. So because they can have MTech projects, MTech, the more number of faculties and more different areas, then they can have more number of students in each one of these sectors. So sometime what might even happen that the MS students, in particular from IT Madras, if I have to say, are more in number compared to what MTech students are. Because the breadth of the faculties is too large. And I know recently this particular group called Machine Learning and Algorithm Analytics group has something like 30 odd students working in this domain. That's huge. This also involves the data mining part. I'm not only talking about one particular subject, data mining. So, MTech CSE is general, but the breadth decides the number of students they can have. But there is no way that you can have separate degrees for this. But MS does have significant number based on this. If the number of students are, number of breadth is that, then the more number of faculties will offer more MS opportunities and more direct PhD opportunities and even PhD opportunities. So that's with respect to your specialization according to respective old IITs. I'm not talking about any new IITs. This is the standard structure only. You even go to IISc or even go to IITs. This is how the courses are run. Okay. Of course, there's something called special department in IIT Bombay, which is IT. Again, which deals most likely in maths and CS. So somebody has a score of 1000. Study abroad. Okay. NUS, that's the best place which you can aim at. National Institute of Singapore, which takes this as the basic criteria for admitting students. But you will have to write IELTS, at least, or maybe TOEFL, because test of English language is important for foreign universities. So do look up on their website. Study abroad is only with respect to NUS. Germany, New Zealand exist, but again, as strong as what NUS or NTU offers in Singapore, no other universities do have that much wider acceptance to the GATE score. They do have the acceptance to the GATE score because your technical abilities are proven by taking an exam like GATE. But certainly you will have to write GRE or TOEFL or IELTS. It varies with respect to countries like Australia or New Zealand or even Germany. So Germany might not require any one of these. Germany doesn't even require your GATE score for that matter. You can directly apply based on your past records of BTech itself, with some standard recommendation letters. I mean, at least good recommendation letters. Marks are 23.28. I'm talking about the next question. Okay, so score is 329. Category is OBC. Of course, I had put up the list of categories which are 329 score, and category is OBC. Certainly apply to NITs. There is good chance that you have. There's a huge list of NITs, and you must apply to one of these places. And try even private colleges, which at least I mentioned here, because finding good student is always a question. So you can always apply to these places. Next question is that what about Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management, Amrita Vishnu Vidyapita? Amrita Vishnu Vidyapita, it is about the Coimbatore. That's AP. I'm sorry, I don't have any idea about both of these, but certainly I have an idea about the Geetam University, but that's in Hyderabad and Vijayawada, I guess, or Visakhapatnam. It's a good place to go and has semi-decent placement records, but it's only with respect to service industry, not in the core technical computer science industry. So very few core computer science industries prefer to go there as in for recruitment. So you can apply to Geetam. No harm in doing that. It is a good place. I know they have good faculties, mostly from PhDs from IITs. They encourage you also to do work. Next question is that score is 352, marks at 25.20, general category, and ranking is 13,238. If I want to apply to any colleges in Bengaluru, what would be a possible college? Okay, so Bangalore, there is Vishwasaraya Institute of Technology, but that's again has a very high reputation. Then there is a PES, not PSG, the PES, but that's a private college, I guess, and it's a good college, no doubt about that. Then you have the one on the old BL Road, or sorry, new BL Road. I forgot the name. Some college on the old, just behind the IIC. You can apply that. I forgot the name of that college. It's a good place. Ramaiah College of Institution, I think. So you can apply these two places. Surely you can take a chance. No harm in taking chances. Rank is 1097. Score is 656. Marks are that's I think I have already talked about this question. Gate score is 355 and general category is yes. What options can I get? Options are obviously you can look at the private engineering colleges. Again, the top places you should look at. I have another question. Score is 675, rank is 902, and you're from Tambaram, very close to IIT Madras. What chances I have in IIT and Tech? And I also wish to do MS by research. Okay, so look, you can apply for MS by research, and there is a good chance that you will get a call for test. If you clear test, there's certainly then you have chance for getting called through the interview. But MTech, no, I doubt. If you're an open category student and MTech for 675, you certainly don't have a chance because you have to have 800 plus. There's no doubt. 675, I'm calling because there's not a lot of number of students basically apply for MS. Generally 1,000 plus students come for writing test, and the test process goes for 2 days. That's what it is. So no harm in applying to 675, but you can try triple IT's MTech. You have a decent score, 675. In triple IT's are best places, Bangalore in particular, in Delhi, good places to go. Next question is about 393 score and a general category student. Is there a chance of admission in deemed universities in the state universities? What are the chances of admission in universities abroad? What will be the cutoff for MS in various institutions? See, if you're looking at the deemed universities don't really look at all of this. And score of 393 in general category, it depends on which deemed university are you looking at. Say, for example, if you're looking at a deemed university in Chennai, and places like Satyabhama University in Chennai, which can give you admission with this. I'm certainly sure about this. But going to deemed university is not the right choice because very few deemed universities has a better places. Like you go to SRM, SSN Chennai, SRM even have the campus in Delhi nowadays. Of course, these places are good, but placement wise, again they lack badly. So deemed university should not be thought unless and until you are desperate to get into MTechs. Master's courses, deemed universities are not better places. BTech could be, unless places like VIT. It has its own reputation because they have built the whole thing, and they have a reputation because they don't really want to compromise on the quality. So it depends. A lot depends on the management which the college actually runs. They make a strategic decisions to compromise the quality or not. So think about deemed universities like VIT. Certainly, the best places to go. Deemed University of like Ajim Premji is going to start something in Bangalore, or he has started, but how far the admission process and other things are going on, I'm just sorry, I don't have the information. But Shiv Nadar University, I have known people there, and best place. It is the best place to go again. Okay, so certainly don't hesitate, but make a good choice of good deemed university. Just don't make a deemed university as a choice. That's it. Okay. Sorry, I just going through a lot of questions I have on my laptop panel here, and I certainly have to look at the. Okay. So next question is that rank is 7,400 and score is 430. Category is OBC. Is there a chance of getting into NITs? See, you have a score which actually suggests that you stand a chance to get into NITs, even private colleges, because you belong to OBC category. Certainly apply to NITs and also apply to private engineering colleges, which I mentioned. Next question I have is that score of around 578 general category student. Is there a chance that IIIT Bangalore? Okay. I am not quite sure about Bangalore because Bangalore is ranked very, very high because it has a very good placement record. Labs like Xerox Labs, there's a company called Xerox Research, and they go and hire students from there. Not only Amazon goes there and hire students from there, Flipkart goes there and Amazon hire students. So 578 with general category is little bit suspicious because the number of students this year appeared have gone up compared to last year, right? So yes, and the number of students those who have qualified also have gone up. You can take chance, but apply to any other places as well, like IIIT Hyderabad. In fact, IIIT Delhi, IIIT Pune also is there, which is good. It certainly has a good placement records. Another question is that I have 820 score in open category. Should I choose IISc or IITB or a PSU job? 820 score. Certainly you have a good chance of getting into IITs. See, PSU jobs is that choosing between the private sector jobs and the public sector job is the following. I mean, if it goes with my individual perception, it could be different from your case. See, if I want to be lazy in my life, I would choose PSU job. Certainly, I don't want to make it generalized, but this is something what I feel. Because I will hardly get a chance to contribute anything. Because set of things actually are written. And then you have to basically go and execute there without much of applying your brain in PSU jobs. They offer you best place, best salary, you have an increment in salary, you have a very safe future. There are positives, these are the positives. And certainly these positives do matter to many of people. If they don't matter to me, of course, that could matter to you. So if you want to make a decision whether to go to IIT or IISc or choose PSU, certainly you should think about this as an option. What you would like to do. Private careers offer you the vibrant careers. That is like you'll be 24/7 on your toes to basically be competitive. But that doesn't really happen in the public sector. If you are competitive, you like to actually be competitive whole lifetime. A better place is the private industry, and it offers you a plethora of options as compared to what the PSUs can offer. Once you get into PSU after lifetime, you will get older there and then you will get retired. But that doesn't really happen in the private sector, public sector. Public sector and private sector is completely a different ballgame. So it's my choice that I would love to be in private sector and then contribute and always be competitive, learn something always from the younger generations, and contribute to myself or contribute to the place where I actually work. So choice is something which you have to make based on what kind of person you are. I hope that answers your question. So which question I have? So I have a question called 500 score and general category student eligible for, of course you are eligible for applying to IIS, IIT Madras, but getting called for the test is something which is a question. So question that is certainly is out of box here. You don't really, if you are from open category, And the question like 500 score, no, you don't have a chance to get even called for test. 675, 700 plus is something what you could think about it. Okay, that's minimum. 675 is something what I think is minimum, because you get 1,500 students getting called for test. So certainly 500 is far below compared to that. So think about it. Marks of around 38. Can I apply to Navratna PSUs? If you are from a general category, I'm sure that 38 doesn't really qualify for the Navratnas. But above 45 could definitely give you a chance. But apply to third grade, which I have said. Don't meaning by third grade. Don't go with the words actually meaning of that. Third meaning there are categories, and the third category which I mean by that. So I have a rank of 38 and the category, a general category. Can I apply for the Navratna PSUs? I think I have just answered that question. And another question, which universities should I apply in New Zealand? Which universities in New Zealand accept the GATE score? Very sorry, Pranav Joshi, that it's hard for me to answer this question. I really don't know. It's clearly lack of knowledge. Sorry for that. I must say sorry for that. So, what rank can I require for IIT? So, rank is not something that's certainly a question. The question is how much score you have. If your rank is first and there are 60 first rank holder and your BTech score is lower than somebody else, those 60 will get through, not you. Okay. So, score, if I have to look at it, of course your score has to be top, and then 800 plus gives you a highest chance. So, when I'm looking at even the probabilistic score, you have 800 plus, fantastic. You can be rest assured to get into AITs. That I must tell you. So I think I've almost answered everybody's question, except I can take a last question I have. 641 score, rank is 1256. Do I have a chance to IIT Bangalore? Of course you have a chance to IIT Bangalore. Do apply. 641 is a decent score. 650 is something which I have a cutoff on my mind with the previous thoughts are concerned. But 641 is slightly low. Take a chance. Good to go for it. If you, who knows that you might even get called. Alright. So with that, I must wish all of you people good luck. And hope I could answer some of the questions, not all of them, because the questions are rolling on my screen, and then some of the questions I might have missed out. So sorry about that. But in general, I have given whatever information, at least I have given my experiences concerned, like last 7 or 8 years of experience, and then this is what I have. Thank you very much.
Good evening, friends. My name is Vinny, and today I'm here to discuss the importance of GA in GATE, PSU, and government jobs. Before taking through you the importance of GA, I want to share some basic information about GATE. I'm sure you must be knowing these information. I just want to reiterate these informations. As you know, the total number of questions in GATE is 65 and the total marks is 100, in which there are 30 1-mark questions and 35 2-mark questions. And also the types of questions are two, MCQs and numerical based answers. In MCQ, you have 33% negative marking, so be careful in answering MCQs. Now, I want to take you through various subjects and their weightages. I have taken this data from last 5 years. If you'll see any stream, you'll see there are 8 to 10 core subjects and mathematics and GA is there. If you want to see the weightages, you have the weightages of the core subjects will be around 70 to 72 marks, mathematics will be around 13 to 15 marks, and GA is of 15 marks. So, if you look at this, do you think this 28 to 30 mark is important? I'll show you one slide. Now, look at this. These are the cutoffs. If you look at the journal category, the cutoffs are ranging from 25 to 29. That means you can qualify a gate only by focusing on these two subjects, mathematics and GA. But I'm sure you are not here to only qualify the gate. You want to score good marks so that you can get good college. Now, you must be wondering, what is good marks? So, I want to show you. Check this. If you look at this information, you'll come to know that if you score 50 plus, then definitely you can get a good college. These data are taken on an average basis. In some year, when the paper is tough, these numbers may come down, and in some year, when paper is very easy, these numbers may go up. But generally, if you score 50 plus marks, you can get a decent college or good college. Now, do you think scoring 50 plus or 60 plus is difficult in GATE? No, it is not. Why I am saying? Because if you have a proper strategy, if you have proper plan, if you can prioritize your subjects, it is very easy. I'll show you some examples. Now, look at this slide. This is CS. Apart from mathematics and GA, if you look, there are 4 subjects like CO, DSA, operating system and DBMS. These 4 core subjects plus mathematics and journal ability, the weightage is 74 marks. I have taken this data from last 5 years and I have taken the average of last 5 years. So, can you see why by focusing only on the few subjects, you can definitely get good score. But be careful, I am not denying that you have to skip other subjects. You have to prepare them in such a manner that you can solve easy question at least. I'll show some more examples. You can see this stream. There are more than 5 core subjects plus mathematics and GA. The weightage is around 75 marks. In electrical engineering, there are 4 core subjects like network theory, machines, power system, power electronics plus mathematics and GA. The weightage is around 66 marks. Now, for mechanical, the core subjects are SOM, TOM, thermodynamics, manufacturing, plus maths and plus GA. The weightage is around 73 marks. If you look at IN, now IN, the core subjects are network, controls, analog and transducer, plus maths and GA, 71 marks. For civil, water resource, structures, geotechnical, transportation, plus maths and GA, weightage is around 82 marks. It's huge. So, first of all, by this data, it is clear that if you plan, if you prioritize a subject, you can easily get good score. Definitely good score. Not only GATE, I'll discuss here some aspects of GA apart from GATE also. If you have looked this data, GA is common in all the stream and it comprises of 15 marks. That means this subject is important. Not only from GATE point of view, I'll show you one slide. Now, if we'll see these 2 circles, assume this to be the red one to be GATE syllabus and the blue one to be government exam syllabus. So, if you look, what do you think? Do you have some data between these 2 common? Yes. If you'll see now, the syllabus are common in between these 2 things up to 80 to 90%. And in which GA is 100% common, 100% same. The syllabus of GA is same. So, GA preparation will help you in GATE. GA preparation will help you in getting direct call from PSUs. GA preparation will help you to clear the government exams. GA preparation will help you in clearing your campus aptitude rounds. That's why you have to give proper time, proper strategy to journal aptitude. Now, we'll be starting with the basic information on journal aptitude. Now, if I divide in the broad categories, what are the chapters which comes in journal aptitude? Comes under these categories: number, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, modern maths, DI, reasoning, verbal ability. Now, numbers is very important subject. Arithmetic is also very important because percentage and ratio comes in that category. Modern maths is very important because probability and PNC comes in that category. And take note of one point, that probability comes in GA also and comes in maths also. So by preparing probability, you can you can easily solve the questions from both the categories. So after this, I want to show you some reference books to refer. These are very common books and very good books, like Quantitative Aptitude by R.S. Agarwal, Aptitude by Arihant Publications. You have Logical Reasoning by R.S. Agarwal, Verbal Reasoning by Sijwali. These are all good books. Now, I want to tell you what today I have bring in this seminar. So, now, I want to tell you basic strategies to solve one GA problem. There can be only 3 strategies to solve. Either solution can be based on formula, or it can be based on tricks, or it can be based on options also. Sometimes you can get the answer from options after analyzing this. So what I have taken, what I have come with in this seminar, I have taken some question from GATE and few my own examples. Generally, I take this GATE question in my classroom lectures. What I have seen, these questions are very easy, but while solving student, only 40 to 50% student get the answer correctly. And in that, only 20 to 30% students solve these questions in time, because the rest of the student don't know the tricks how to solve these type of questions. So you should know the tricks to solve the questions. So what I will do, I will start with the problems. Now, this is a very simple basic example. This question says, find the number of distinct integer divisor of 60. This is one formula based questions. So what is the formula? Formula is very simple. Prime factor, you have to find the prime factor for that number. Okay, I'll solve it in the board. Suppose there is one number n, and you found the prime factor, unique prime factor. And so on. You can have n number of prime factors. So, how to find the number of divisor? Number of divisors will be these powers of prime factors. You have to use these powers. Like if power is x, you have to use x plus 1. That means you have to add 1 in the power. Y plus 1 and z plus 1. What I'll multiply all these things. So I'll get the number of distinct factors. Now, see, for the question is like 60. For 60, I can take out prime factors like 2 raised to 2, 3 and 5. These are the prime factorization for 60. Now, if you want to find the number of divisors, what is the power of 2? 2. So I'll add 1, 2 plus 1. What is the power of 3? 1, 1 plus 1. What is the power of 5? 1 plus 1. So the total answer will be 3 into 2 into 2, which is 12. Very easy. Now, I want you to solve one problem based on the same strategy. You don't have to worry about writing these answers. The video will be available in the YouTube channel and our Facebook page also after 2 days. So you can see the solution from there also. Now, I want you all to try the question. This question came in CS 2014 paper for 2 marks. You have to apply the same strategy. you have to first factorize 2014. Okay, now first I'll factorize this 2014. When I'll factorize this, I'll get 2 into 1007. Many students will get stuck here. Why? Because 1007 is not easy to factorize. So there is one trick to factorize this. I'll tell you what. You want to check whether this is prime or not. That's the main motive. If it is prime, it cannot be factorized. That's it. So we can check by one method. We have to find square root of this number 1007. But I am not interested in the decimal part. I need a rough idea. Since we know that square of 30 is 900, so it will be around 31. Now, this 31, you have to list all the prime numbers below this 31, like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, and 31. Now, just check with these numbers only. You don't have to check with all the numbers whether 1007 is divisible by any of the numbers or not. You have to check with these numbers. In that also, you can easily eliminate 2 because it is not divisible by 2. You can easily eliminate 5 because in the unit digit we have 7. 3 also, the addition is 8. So it is not divisible. Now you can easily check with these remaining number with your calci or by manual testing. So this number you will find it is divisible by 19. So that means the prime factorization for 2014 will be 2 into 19 into 53. That means the number of divisors will be, all prime factor has only power 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. The answer is 8. In this question, what I wanted to teach you, how to find the factor of difficult numbers. Because the motive of this question was the same. You should be able to find out the factor of these type of questions. So this is the trick. I think, am I clear? Next question. This is also one example. The probability that given positive integer lying between 1 and 100, both inclusive, is divisible by 2 or 3. So what we have to do in these type of problems, you have to find how many numbers are there, first of all, so that it is divisible by 2 and 3. So for these type of numbers, we have to make Venn diagram for these type of problems. This is universal set, that means total number 1 to 100. Now here I'll make 2 circles. These numbers are divisible by 2 and these numbers are divisible by 3. So what is common? What is common? Common is LCM of these two. That means the number divisible by 6. So we all know till 1 to 100 there are 16 numbers which are divisible by 6. So 16 will come right. Now if you see for 2 there are 50 numbers which are divisible by 2, but you cannot write 50 because we have already included the 16. Here 34 will come. For this 3, the total numbers, the total possible number of divisible number are 33. So we'll write 33 minus 16, 17 over here. If we'll add these, we'll get 50 plus 17, that is 67. So this is the total number of numbers which are divisible by 2 or 3, okay, or it is by LCM. So what is the probability? Probability will be 67 divided by the complete set 100. So the answer will be 0.67. This was one simple example. Now I want you to try one other example. Okay, I'll show you the question. So, this is a question. This question came in CS 2014 for 2 marks. I'm giving you 15 seconds or 30 seconds to solve this, to try this, at least try this question. Now, we'll follow the same strategy over here. But here there are 3 numbers, 2, 3 and 5. So we'll make 3 circles. This is universal set, 1 to 100. This is number divisible by 2. This is 3. This is 5. What is this then? This part. LCM of 2 and 3, that means 6. LCM of 3 and 5, 15. LCM of 2 and 5, that is 10. But we have something more in common, that is this central part, which is LCM of 2, 3 and 5, which is 30. So for this I'll write over here 30. Now you have to start from inside. How many numbers are there from 1 to 100 which are divisible by 30? Only 3, 30, 60, 90. So I'll write only 3 numbers are possible over here. Correct? Now I'll start with 10 over here. How many numbers are there from 1 to 100 which are divisible by 10? 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. That means 10 numbers. So should I write 10 over here or 7? 7. Why? Because this 10 is for this whole area. Because we have already counted 30, 60, 90 over here. So we cannot recount over here. You understood? Now we'll come to this 15. 15, there are 6 numbers. So I'll write 3 over here because we have already taken 3. For 6, there are 16 numbers. So we'll write 13 because already we have taken 3 over here. Now we'll come to these bigger numbers. 2, 3, 5, bigger circles. Sorry. So 2, you know, overall there are 50 numbers which are divisible by 2. So if I'll add these 7 plus 3 which is 10, 10 plus 13 which is 23, plus you have to subtract this 23 from 50. That means this is 27. The total of this circle will be 50. You can count it. Now come to this. 3. The total number divisible by 3 is 33. You know that. So 33 minus these 3. So 33 minus 19, which is 14. The total of this will be 33. For 5, you know it is very easy, 20 numbers are divisible. So for 5, 20 numbers are divisible, but you have to subtract these. So here it will come 7. The total of these will be 20. Now I'll add these. This is already 50. This circle is already 50. 50 plus 7 plus 3, 60. 60 plus 14. What is that? 74. Now don't be in hurry to write 74 divided by 100. The answer is 0.74. No, it is wrong. Why? Question says that not divisible by 2, 3, 5. That means 74 are divisible. So not divisible will be 100 minus these 74, which will be 26. So proper, the correct answer is 26 upon 100, which is 0.26. Got it? Okay. Now, next question. Okay. What is the average of all multiples of 10 from 2 to 198? 2 to 198. Now, I want to first solve this, okay? Then I want to tell you something. Average of multiples of 10 from 2 to 198 is like 10, 20, 30 till 190. What is average? 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 190 divided by 19. So you have like this. Divide by 19. Can we take 10 common? So we'll get 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 19. Divide by 19. If you remember, you have formula for this. Sum of first and natural number. What is the formula? It is n plus 1 divided by 2. So for this, we can solve it by using formula, which is 10 into n plus 1 divided by 2 upon 19. This will get cancelled. The answer is 100. Now, many students will think, sir, this can be easily solved by calci also. So why should I remember the formula? I want to stress on 3 points. Please take note of this. First thing, calculator is not allowed in other exams. Calculator is only allowed in GATE. So you should know these tricks, these formulas. Second thing, if you can save some time from the GA part, you can focus more on your core subjects. This is second thing. Now third thing, which is very important and new to all, in GATE 2015, will not be getting physical calculators. Will only be getting the online calculators. And I'm damn sure you are not very versed with the online calculator. So these type of calculation will take more time in online calculator, because you have to fit the number, then you have to press plus. Okay, it's not like like you solve in the physical calculator. So you have to have some tricks for the solution, because every time will not go to calci to check the answer. Okay, so please learn these tricks. In our classroom sessions, in our e-lecture sessions, in every chapter we try to show the tricks related to everything, every topic, so that you can solve it easily. And we also apply those tricks on the actual GATE problems, like I am doing here. Okay. Now we'll move to next problem. Now this problem came in EC 2014 paper for 1 mark. Generally, while solving this problem, now student will assume some numbers x plus 2 and so on. What the question says, there is a sequence of 12 odd numbers, 12 consecutive odd numbers. That means if the first number is 1, second number is 3, then 5, then 7, so on. And they have given the sum of first 5 numbers and they want sum of last 5 numbers. So don't assume anything in this type of question. I'll show you the trick. What is the trick in this question? I'm assuming these are the places for first 5 numbers. Now, if you remember this is one basic concept from your high school, that if you have consecutive odd numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. For example, 5 odd numbers. So what is the average of these 5? Average of these 5 will always be middle number. Will always be middle number. You can add it and you can check. Now, if in that manner, if I want to conclude about this, the average of first 5 will be this middle number. What they have given the sum for first 5, it is 425. Since sum is 425, can you find the average? You just have to divide by 5. You will get 85. Now, I'll put this 85 over here, because I got this number, because I know the average is middle number. Now I got this 85, and since numbers are consecutive, can I write other numbers? 85. What will come here? 87, 89, 91, 93, 95, 97, 99, 101, 103. Now, if you look at the last 5 numbers. They wanted the sum of last 5 numbers. Don't add, because we'll apply the same strategy in the reverse order. The average will be this 99. You just multiply this 99 by 5. Again, I'll add one more shortcut. Instead of multiplying 99 by 5, multiply 100 by 5, which is 500, and then subtract 5. You'll get the answer. The answer is 495. So, from this problem, it is very clear that don't think that every problem is calculative. It will take too much time. No. You have to put a right strategy. Okay. Now, we'll go to the next problem. Wow, such a big information for the problem. Many times students will read this and leave the problem itself. They will not solve at all. This question came in Civil 2014 for 2 marks. And just to surprise you, question is not over yet. The question continues on the second slide also. Okay. So, don't afraid of these questions. This question is very easy. So, I have taken this question because of that only. If there is big data, huge number of data, at least try to read it carefully once what they have given. What they have given that below this paragraph, we have given 2 pie charts and we want so and so answers. That's it. So, in the next slide, what I have done, I have put those 2 pie charts and I have also put the question statement. We'll go to the next slide. The next slide, you can see there are 2 pie charts. One pie chart says exports of 5 lakh tons, and other pie chart says revenue of 250 crores. Now, what is the question? Question is, what is the ratio? That means they want the ratio. Before I start this problem now, I want to tell you one thing, that in this type of DI question, this is a data interpretation question first of all. Generally, data interpretation question will come for have some application of percentages. Don't jump in finding the answer for each and every percentages, because many times it will have the same base to cancel out. You will see here. I'll tell you. What is the question? Now we'll read the question. What is the ratio of the revenue generated through export of item 1? That means what they want. They want revenue through export of item 1 per kg. That means they want revenue per kg. Now, if you were to calculate revenue per kg, what will you do? You will find the revenue part by calculation, and then you will find the kgs part and you will divide. Don't do like that. What they have asked ratio for this revenue per kg for 2 items, item number 1 and item number 4. Now, we'll solve. For item 1, what is the revenue percentage? 12%. So, I'll write 12% in the multiplied by revenue. Revenue, I have denoted this by R. And what is per kg? For item 1, what is the percentage of kg? 11%. Export solve. Now for item 1, we got revenue per kg. Now, what I'll do, I'll find out the revenue per kg for the item number 4. For item number 4, the revenue is 6%. And kg, it is 22%. Now you can see RE will get cancelled. Now 6 to 22. So what will be the answer? 2 upon 1 into 2 upon 1, which is 4 upon 1. Since I am explaining, I have taken this much time. If I were to solve, I can solve this in 15 seconds very easily. So with this problem, what I want to explain, that don't jump in solving if you know how to find the percentages. You have the calculus, you'll start solving, you'll start finding the percentages. Now you got this answer 4:1. Now we'll move to next problem. Okay. Now this type of question, it's like very easy. I am sure some of student may be knowing how to solve this question. Okay, but there are still I found in the classroom that many of students find it difficult. Okay, but this question is literally very easy. You just need to know the particular strategy, particular way to solve this question. Now, the question says you have to find the value of this. Can I assume it to be x? Now square on both the sides. If I square on both the sides, this big square root will go. So it will be 12 plus now what is this? Again x. Can I substitute over here? Now this is very simple quadratic equation. You can very easily solve. Now I'll get the answer as 4. So x is 4. The other answer is -3, which is not in the option. You have to select the 4. So what we have learned over here, don't go by the appearance of the question. It may be very easy, it might be very easy. So you just have to think. Okay. Now we'll go to next question. I want you all to try this question. I'll give only 30 seconds to solve it. This question came in civil for 1 marks. This is last year's paper, 2014's paper. One thing I want to tell you about this question, if you are thinking that you have to take out your pen, take out your calculator to solve this question, you are wrong. This can be solved in mind itself. So just try it. Okay, now I'll solve. Thanks for the replies. I got many answers, but out of this, only one person is correct. Okay. Now I'll solve this. Okay. I am using a marker just to explain you. Okay. This is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. The base is 5 million. And it is written clearly in the question that it is getting increased 20% annually. So if we keep this base every year 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. No, it's not that way. First year if you increase by 20%, it will become 6 because 20% of 5 is 1. Next year if it increase by 6, it will be 7.2 because 20% of 6 is 1.2. So assuming this, if I am taking this base only, 5, suppose 5, okay, I am not increasing. So every year there will be addition of 1, 1, 1. In 5 years, you will get the population as double. But here, the population is getting increased. Because this year you have to take 20% of this, third year you have to take 20% of this. That means your answer can never be 5. Your answer has to be less than 5. So if you look at the options, there is only one option, which is A, in which there is no 5. The actual answer is 3.8 something, but you don't have to solve, you don't have to find the exact answer. They have given the range for that purpose only, that you have to guess this answer. Okay? Now we'll move to next question. Again, whole lot of data. Okay. So as I told you earlier, please don't panic. At least try to read once. This is logical reasoning question actually. This question came in CL 2014 of 2 marks. Okay. Why I have taken this question? Generally, I have seen when student will start solving this question, they'll make a big matrix, putting crosses and checks, crosses and checks, crosses and checks. Yeah, that is a traditional method. I know that. But I want to tell you some tricks for this. What are the tricks? Just read the data and also read the options. If I read the data, in the first they have given there are 6-story building and 6 persons are living. Now, the first line of data is Anuj lives on even number floor. If we look at the option, we don't get any idea because every number is even. Same information is given for Bhola also. Now we'll go ahead. Chandan does not live on any of the floors below Faisal. We don't have any information about Faisal, so we cannot comment it. Dilip does not live on floor number 2. For Dilip, all the option, you will not find 2. Ishwar does not live on full floor immediately above and immediately below Bhola. No relevance because we don't know about Bhola. Faisal lives 3 floor above Dilip. This is one information which is important. I think it is important. Faisal is Dilip plus 3. Now we'll look at the options. Faisal should be Dilip plus 3. In the first option, Dilip is 1 and Faisal is 4. That means it is correct. Second in second option also there is 1 and 4. That means it is also correct by the condition. But in third and fourth, you can see the third and fourth, the data is not satisfying this condition. So, can we eliminate CD? Yes, definitely, we can eliminate. So, now we have to eliminate one option between A and B. So, we need to find some data for that. If we'll check with A and B, the options Chandan, Dilip, Eshwar, Faisal, the data is same. Only the difference is Anuj and Bhola. So, we have to find some relation of Anuj or Bhola with somebody else. So, you can see the line just before this Faisal line. Eshwar does not live on a floor immediately above or below Bhola. Now, look at the options. Eshwar is 3 in option 1 and Bhola is 2. That means Eshwar is immediately above Bhola. So, it is not satisfying the question. Data. That means the answer will be B. What I have tried to explain you here is like, you don't always start jumping to solve the question, making big matrix and all that. Here you have to go by the options. So you have to practice in such a manner so that you are very through with these kind of strategies so that you can very easily score your 15 marks in GA. Because GA, scoring 15 marks is very easy. Very easy and in less time, so that rest of the time you can utilize solving your core subjects. Now, on the verbal ability, I want to share one point. Verbal ability generally is very easy. If you have normal, if your English speaking is above average or average, you can very easily score good marks in your verbal reasoning. But I want to highlight one point over here. Generally, verbal reasoning question comes from grammar basis, passage basis, small passages are there, synonym, very closest in meaning, like that. But last year, what happened? There was one question in verbal ability, which was combination of verbal ability plus general awareness. I like the question a lot. So what I did, I asked this question to my students in the class, and I was surprised that almost 60 to 70% of the class gave wrong answer for the question. So I want to give you the same question. I want answers from your side. I just want to check. So this is that question. Now I want answers. Since this question doesn't require any calculation, you can give me answer in 15 seconds. See, I have received your replies, thanks, and I cannot count because there are huge replies, but I can judge with the appearance that very less number of people have given the correct answer. Generally what students think, from 65, from 60 it went to 65, that means it is appreciated. No, it is wrong. You have to think in this manner. Now, to buy $1, we have to pay extra rupees. That means our rupee value got depreciated. So, increase in rupee as compared to dollar, there is depreciation. Suppose it would have been 50. That means there is appreciation in the price. And the option they have given keeping verbal ability part in mind. So many of you gave the right answer, but lot of answers were incorrect. So please just have little bit knowledge or general awareness, because this appreciation and depreciation of rupees is not from English, it's from your finance terms, the normal basic newspapers, news channels, that's it. If you have any queries regarding the session, you can definitely ask right now, or you can also mail your queries to info@thegate.academy. Hope you like this session. What is the idea of this session? It is the basic thing. For GA, don't only be dependent on Calci, please. And this time not at all, because this time there is online calculator. You will not get too much time to solve using online calculator, because you are not thorough, you are not versed with online calculator. So don't be dependent. Try to learn as many tricks you can learn, because this 1 hour I cannot show you all the tricks. There are lots of tricks. Every chapter will have lots of formulas and lots of tricks, so that every problem can be solved. I'll tell you basic data. A general student who is not solving with the trick will take 3 to 5 minutes to solve one question. And if you are solving with trick, you can solve the same question from 15 to 30 or maximum 45 seconds. Not more than that. This is my experience from last 8 years. So you have to learn these tricks anyhow. Thank you. For any, I'll check the queries. If you have any queries, I'll answer the queries. Very good question. One student asked question ki if I only qualify the gate, will I get the direct call from PSUs? Very good question, very interesting question. No, only qualifying the gate will not help you. You have to score good marks. I'll tell you general trend from the last year's information, this gate information. Suppose you are from ECAA IN background, you should have a rank of 250 to 400 to get a PSU call, direct call. And if you are from mechanical, so you can extend this to 500 to 600 rank. Then definitely you get a call from PSU. But only qualifying will not help at all. So you need to have good score, you need to have good marks to get a direct call from your PSU. And one thing, one student also gave one question, that what is the weightage of general ability in direct government job exams? So it depends. There are few exams in which general ability is of only 20% weightage, but there are few exams in which the weightage is 35 to 40% also. So for government job exam also it is important, and the best part is syllabus is same for both. So while preparing one, you are preparing for that also. And just imagine if you are giving that exam which has 40% GA weightage, then it's good. It's good for scoring. I'll take few more doubts. I'll tell you if one question came, which is the good book for general English, because general ability also have the part of English. There is one book called Objective English. Objective English. It is very good book. You can by this title there is only one book in the market. Okay, Objective English. You can refer this, and this book starts from very basic. So you can refer this, and also you can refer that book, Verbal Reasoning, which I showed in the reference book section. You can go to this video and see the book name. Now, very good question. Where to learn tricks? First of all, I'll tell you, you'll find very less book for the tricks. Okay, you have to join some classes, some institute, or else you can refer Vedic mathematics. But in many of the formulas in Vedic mathematics is in Sanskrit. Okay, there are English versions, but it is very difficult for a student, okay, to understand. You can try Vedic mathematics. The book name is Vedic mathematics. You can try to learn the tricks. But I'll tell you one thing. The Vedic mathematics will tell you only the tricks, but how to apply the question they'll not tell you. So it's better to join some good institute and having good faculty, so that they'll teach you about the tricks. In fact, you can tell the faculties, please, if you find that if he's solving by a very long method, if it is taking more than 2 to 2.5 minutes to solve one problem, you can request him, sir, can we have another way to solve so that we can solve in less time? There will be very rare questions which will take 2 minutes to solve in GA. Very rare. I'll take next question. Good question. Vocabulary preparation. For vocab, it is not one night or 1 month or 5 months job. You need to regularly keep reading the newspaper. You have to maintain one book in which you have to write the difficult words in which you are finding difficulty. And there is one book, Word Power Made Easy. There are 2 versions for this book. One is very big, very thick, but for GATE it is not required. There is one smaller book from the same author, Word Power in 30 days. Okay, you can refer that book. That book is also good, and from GATE point of view, it is sufficient. You don't have to buy that thick one book. Okay, very good question. One student has asked whether joining Abacus classes will help. Not at all. Never ever. You will waste your time. It's better to learn Vedic mathematics than Abacus, because Abacus needs a device. You'll not be allowed to take that device in the classroom. So don't join any class for that. If you want to learn Abacus as your hobby, you can learn. I'll take next question. Okay, one student has asked a very good question about his graduation score. I'll tell you, this is one myth, only toppers will go to IITs and IISc. It's not like that. That's why at the GATE Academy, we keep one post-GATE guidance seminar. And I think there will be live sessions also on that. There will be documents, there will be book for that, so that you can refer, and it will help you a lot to find a proper college. So I'll suggest you wait for that session, and it will clear all your doubts about that. One student had asked, do I teach this GA in this institute? Yes, I do teach. I take lectures in this institute only. So you can definitely, if you want to join, you can join. No issues with that. Again, I want to reiterate, some student has asked the question about GRE word list. No need. I'm telling you that book, Word Power in 30 days. It is best book. Just refer that. But keep one thing in mind. If you want to improve Excel throughout your career, start reading newspaper on daily basis. Start reading the Business Standard, Economic Times, your paper, your technical publication, the journals, which I think for IT you have some books, magazines, you can read those. Slowly your vocab and your grammar will automatically get improved. Don't worry about that. Yes, there's one question about the backlog. If you have backlog in 7th sem, can you write 2015 GATE? Definitely you can write, no issues in that. But while producing the final year this results, you have to have all clear result. Okay, right? You can give, because right now it is July, so you will be having attempts. So definitely you can solve. You can clear the exams. There is one very good question. Which is better class? Sitting live in the classroom or attending online classes? I'll tell you. Generally, as a faculty, I'll tell you, if you have access, if you don't have any problem of traveling, if you have time, then classroom program is good. But if you are working, professional, if you don't have traveling to a very long distance, then live class is good. Now, I'll differentiate between the quality. If you're thinking that quality is different, not at all. Here also, in live class also, will clear all your doubts. In the classroom program also, will clear all the doubts. And also, from study material point of view, from content point of view, you get everything. Okay. So you don't have to worry about whether it is live class or classroom class. you'll get complete guidance. Don't worry about that. Thank you. Okay, there is one good question. Apart from R.S. Agrawal or Arihant, is there any other book to prepare? Yes, there is one book called as Quantum Cat. It is for cat, but the way they have explained the things, it is very good. You can refer that book, and it will help you in difficult papers also. That is good book. I'll take the next question. There is one question. I read out the question. I understand that core subjects can be studied in short period of time. Is it possible to develop aptitude in short time? Very good question. Short time, if you'll tell me, sir, the exam is in Feb and we are in January, can we prepare for aptitude? Not at all possible. You need to have at least 4 months preparation for aptitude. Otherwise, it is not possible. Why I am saying 4 months? Because you will be having other subjects also to prepare. You cannot set aside other subjects and you can start prepare for GA. Not. You have to prepare with the GA. So, at least 3 to 4 months of regular practice of 1 or 2 hours will suffice. You will be very good in GA, at very good level in GA. One question from one student: can we prepare on our own? It is very open-ended question, but it is very difficult. Okay, because I have seen some students who have tried on their own, but they have scored not very great marks. But after that, they have realized and they have joined the classes, some institute, any institute. But they told me that institute effect is there, definitely. Guidance is must for anything. So preparation on your own is difficult. So it is advisable that you join some classes. It will be good for you, for your scores. Very good question. Should I join a 2-year program or 1-year program? Now I'll explain. If you feel your technical knowledge is not sound, your marks in technical subjects are consistently low, so I think you should go for 2-year program. If you are good at technical subjects, you can opt for 1-year program. No issues in that. One question is there. I'll read out the question. Whether it is possible to get core subject clarification immediately through correspondence gate. This is the same question that you want to study on your own. Correspondence gate will not help you in very big manner. It will help you in some manner, because correspondence gate and reading from some standard author, there is one difference. In correspondence gate material, you will have best point from all the author books in one book. So it is good, because you don't have to study loads of book, because all the required thing for gate is there only in one book. But if possible, if it is possible for you, go for this classroom program, whether it is live class, online class, or classroom programs. And also for this live class, I want to tell you one very important thing. Suppose one lecture happens, and after that, if you have any doubt, we have forum in which student can interact with the faculty. You can post any doubt anytime, and faculty will resolve all your doubts. So this is the best part of this live class. And also, live class, there is also one more advantage. Suppose by any chance if you have missed the lectures is still available. So you can view the lecture later on. And after viewing the lecture, you can ask the doubts also later on in that online discussion forum. So it is very good platform to learn. Okay, almost all queries got over. But if you have any queries, you can mail the queries at info@thegateacademy.com. We'll try to resolve all your queries by mail. Thank you for attending the session. Thanks a lot.